than me. He put his fist up. I was going to say as ugly as me. But I'd like to introduce you to someone that's so very talented. He's such a fine artist, as well as a singer. He's also a very fine musician. He and his wife are very accomplished musicians, as well as artists. And we're so glad to have him and his wife, Yvette, to join us here and to be part of our group. And I want to introduce him without any more fanfare because he doesn't need it, he deserves it. Mr. James Loveless.
And I appreciate particularly Mr. Cleo Boone having a vision like this and being able to take something forward like this. Because all of us have dreams, but they don't come into fruition without hard work and sacrifice and working behind those dreams. So I appreciate you for your vision. I appreciate all the hard work that you. God bless you. It's such a blessing to be here this morning, this afternoon rather. And without my precious wife back there, I don't know where I would be. So her name is Yvette. She's right in the back holding up I don't know what she's holding up. I don't know what she's doing back there. I can't keep up with her. But I call her the closer. The reason I call her the closer is so I paint all the pretty pictures and tell you about how it's going to be, and we're going to do all these wonderful, beautiful things. And I set up the commission, but she closes the deal. So you wouldn't be anywhere without a closer. You got to have a closer. So I got started painting and drawing a long time ago. It's been, seems like it was just yesterday. Young people don't believe that, how time goes forward so fast. But my mother and father were educators. Hey baby, put the timer on me for 3 minutes because you know how I like to go. So when the 3 minutes come, we're gonna cut it short. So with that, they were educators. So all the time they would be at the dinner table. We would all eat dinner together. And they would talk about education and their students and how to motivate them and all these different kinds of things. So I would listen and I was like, you know, when I grow up, I'm not going to be a teacher. That's too hard. But they taught, and they both had master's degrees. My father taught French. He had a master's plus 30, and my mother was an educator, elementary education, and she taught school, 3rd grade for 25 years, started in Kansas City and then in St. Louis, where I'm from. I'm St. Louis. And so when I was little, I would be fascinated by different things, by colors. And so there was an ink jar. I don't know if you guys remember. I know I'm showing my age now. But there was something called a fountain pen. Anybody know what I'm talking about? A fountain pen. Okay, well, a fountain pen, you had to take the fountain pen and dip it in the ink, and then you would pull it back, the lever, and then ink would come into the fountain pen. And so my mother was an accountant. She majored in math at Lincoln University, and she did all the books for the hardware store that my father owned. Anyway, there was this blue ink up on the cash register, and I looked at that blue ink, and you know, it had all kinds of colors in it. So I was like, man, look at that blue ink. So I took it up. We had big picture windows in a hardware store in East St. Louis, Illinois. And so I walked with my ink up to the window, and I was like, man, look at all the colors in there. You can see blue and indigo and green and all these colors. And so I began to open the top. I was a little guy. And pour the ink out. And my mother was like, no, Jimmy, no, don't do that, no. I kept pouring the ink out. And she says, you know, either you must be an artist or you must be crazy. Because you know you're going to get it. We've been blessed to have 5 children. We have 5 grown children now. I have 10 grandchildren. And 5 of them are there. They are 3 of them draw and paint. My oldest daughter, we have an agreement that I don't get any older over 40 and she doesn't get any older either. So we have that agreement, and it looks like my wife is making this. What is that? Am I at about 3 minutes already? Oh man. Let me tell you this one more thing and then I'm gonna get out of here. I put together a painting. I'm about to put together a painting, and it's about the Kansas Exodusters. Now, Jacob Lawrence did the northern migration of the Negro. I'm concerned, as my friend Burr Washington is, about the western migration of the black man and women and Hispanics that have contributed so much to our country, and they have been denied access about what they've done and what they've contributed. I get emotional. So I was talking to my wife about putting together something that we could do. So I have cousins that live in a place called Kansas City, Kansas. We got about 17 of them. And there was a thing many years back during the 1800s called the Kansas Exodusters. The Kansas Exodusters moved from the South to Kansas. They were encouraged by a gentleman named Pat Singleton in order to move to Kansas particularly. So I mentioned this to my wife that I wanted to do these things, and she said, you know what? Maybe you could get together all of your cousins in Kansas City and you could do a photo shoot there. I said, what? Do a photo shoot in Kansas? So it happened. I got all my cousins in Kansas City, and I had a photo shoot. And this is one of the paintings that I did from that photo shoot. It's going to be, it's taken from a historical photograph, and it expands, it's a kind of a panoramic photograph. It has 17 people in it. So this is just a glimpse of the epic painting. It's going to be huge that I'm putting together now in order to accomplish that, called the Kansas Exodusters, because people like Jacob Lawrence inspired me because of what they did of the northern migration of the Negro. And I want to show how the West is a whole new frontier. You know, people like the Lone Ranger was a black man. His name was, what's his name?
Bass Reeves.
Bass Reeves, because Burl has done a portrait of Bass Reeves on horseback, and so have I. Mine is not as involved as his, but that's what has happened. I love you guys. I thank you for coming. I'm hoping that this is the beginning of great things. I hope you're excited. I am.